if he can mix those two things together, he's the second scariest fighter in the world behind Jake Paul. I mean,
Oh, yeah. He should have took that fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. After seeing this fight, I was like, maybe he should have took the $50 million fight with Jake Paul.
there's no way he ain't gonna make $50 million off of that fight. I'm sorry, Jake Paul ain't worth $50 million. Actually, I have no idea. Let me look it up. Look up this little dude's net worth. Fucking dude.
I don't know, bro. I would have. He wrote him a check. He said it. He proved to him that he had the money.
Okay, Wikipedia. Now I understand this is Wikipedia, but Wikipedia says his net worth is $11.5 million. How are you yourself going to cut Conor McGregor a check for $50 million when you're only worth 11.5? Now maybe Wikipedia is wrong. Let me go to celebritynetworth.com. This is where we're at. 20 million. Okay, so he's got an extra $8.5 million now, but still, okay, like I have no respect for Jake Paul, and because he's gonna come in there and ask for Dylan Dennis, who's a straight up grappler. I mean, he might be an MMA fighter, but he's a grappler. And then his second option is gonna be Ben Askren. Like, get out of here, bro. Ben Askren is the worst striker in MMA history. Arguably the worst striker in MMA history. He's not the worst MMA fighter by any stretch. He's a good MMA fighter because if he gets you on the ground, you might be fucked. But like, in terms of boxing, he might be the worst. Like, what are you doing? Like, how does this benefit you? You knock out Ben Askren, that's not much better than beating Nate Robinson.
Like, yeah, I agree. It's just publicity for him. Like, he just wants the money, which is fair. Like, I understand it. I get it.
But how much money are you really making fighting Ben Askren, though? Because if you're not a fan of MMA, then you don't know who the fuck Ben Askren is. Everybody knows who Jake Paul is, but you don't know who.
I think everybody knows who Ben Askren is because of Jorge Masvidal.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that. But if that's your only fucking if that's the only reason you know him, then why are you gonna buy a fight between some YouTuber and a guy who got knocked out in 5 seconds? If you don't know anything about
that's also
Ben Askren, why are you gonna buy that? Like, I'm not buying that shit. Yeah. I will pirate the fuck out of it. But but I will not buy it because I refuse to support Jake Paul. I refuse. And I am rooting like a motherfucker for Ben Askren. Because honestly, dude, because I showed you that shit last night. I showed you that Instagram post or the tweet or whatever it was. I don't know what the fuck it was. But I showed you it, and it said that freaking Ben Askren will get the Masvidal shit written off of his record by the MMA community if he knocks out Jake Paul. And you know what? Honestly, dude, I think Jorge Masvidal should come out and be like, yeah, like, I cheated or something if Ben Askren knocks him out. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know.
It's interesting. I mean, I'm intrigued to see how far Jake Paul goes with all of his little antics and fight requests. I just hope he doesn't do something stupid and, like, messes up something, you know?
Jake Paul not doing something stupid, good luck.
Or get some, like, real trouble. Like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know, but I think it's going to be funny, too, because Ben Askren's not going to, like, play into that fucking, like, shit talking. Like, he's going to, like, he might play into it a little bit, but he's not going to start talking a bunch of shit. He's just not. I don't think.
Yeah.
But, oh my God. If Ben Askren wins, do you think he comes back to MMA? Or you think this is just like a one-off, let me make some money type of thing?
I don't know. I don't see why he would come back to MMA if he won, because, I mean, then again, if you win, then what? You beat a YouTube boxer kid. Like, don't get me wrong, he knows how to box. Like, he's trained boxing, and you could tell he's not bad at boxing.
Yeah,
but he's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not a big name or anything like that. Like, and Dana doesn't respect him, so what is Dana going to be like? Dana's going to be like, oh, yeah, you beat Jake Paul, so you can come back.
No, I mean, I think he would. I think Dana would let Ben Askren come back if he wanted to. Now Ben Askren's not going to get a good fight, but like Ben Askren represents the company well, and ultimately he's got that highlight, so he's a name too. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to let him back. I don't think he comes back though. I think if Ben wins, that then he just rides off into the sunset as like the hero because nobody wants Jake Paul to win. Nobody.
Yeah, yeah, I could definitely see that. I feel like everybody's voting against him. I don't know. There's some supporters out there though, man.
Yeah,
There's some people out there that love that kid.
that's because they just like hearing a bunch of shit talk. And that's okay. But like at the same time, I'm all right with shit talk. Like when McGregor shit talks people, I'm okay with it because ultimately McGregor backs his shit up. Jake Paul's never fought a real boxer in his life and he's talking all this shit. And it's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, yeah, I can
Um,
see that.
and then
I
like
don't know.
it's
I don't think I would have took the fight. If I was Ben, I would have took the fight unless I just needed the money, which he
but
may. But
yeah, I don't know. But ultimately it's like we asked after Jake Paul beat Nate Robinson, we were like, okay, as an MMA, as like the like fighting community, we wanted Jake Paul to fight a boxer. And Jake Paul said, okay, I'm going to fight a fighter and I'm going to fight an MMA guy. So he tried to like play the system a little bit and nobody's buying it because it's like nobody wants to watch you fight shitty strikers when it's a striking battle. Justin Gaethje called out fucking Jake Paul and he's like, let's box, bro. And Justin Gaethje can actually strike and he's an MMA fighter. It's like, dude, you got people lined up. If you're going to talk all this shit, why don't you beat Justin Gaethje or something, you know? Like, why not?
yeah, and that goes back to his whole like money scheme. Like I know he wants the money, but he wants to win as well, so it makes him look better. Because if he loses, it's over. Like nobody else is gonna fight him.
He'll
Like
get
his
another
little
fight,
whole
but he
I'm the
wouldn't.
best fighter in the world seems good now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he definitely get another fight just because it will still be worth some money. But, like, he knows that if he keeps beating down these MMA fighters that aren't good or at actual striking, that he'll be able to continue this grind and make a bunch of money. And so I kind of get it from his perspective, but it's just really annoying the way he goes about it because he could easily go in and talk a little bit of shit, but like he just goes way overboard. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why? Like, why go to the level you're going to? Because all it does is piss people off.
Yeah, I think they get. I mean, he is childish. He does have a lot of childish like behaviors with what he says and does. But what bothers me is that he's also very smart with everything that he does. Like he didn't start rich. Like fair enough, he did earn every little bit that he got.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the YouTube story is kind of just annoying in its own way because it's like it's not like they do anything that's like special. Like they just go in there and do stupid shit, you know? I mean, but I mean, they did make their
Yeah,
money that way, and it is what it is. I mean, ultimately, they did what they had to do to become rich and famous. So how can you really blame them? But I mean, I don't know. It's like anybody could go in there and do the stupid shit they do and get famous. You know, they don't bring anything special to the table, in my opinion. But
yeah, I agree.
that's
I agree
just
with that.
that's just my 2 cents. I mean, I shit, fucking, they could come in there and just like maybe Jake Paul just beats the shit out of everybody and actually becomes a boxing champion. Shit, who
I mean,
knows?
that'd be cool, dude.
Maybe fucking his brother knocks out Floyd Mayweather. Like maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but maybe,
No,
maybe.
I feel like that's gonna have like a Tyson Roy Jones type of stage to it because there's no way you could tell me that Mike Tyson didn't beat Roy Jones. Like, there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, even at the interview was kind of funny too. At the end of that fight, like you could kind of tell that everybody was just chilling.
Oh yeah, I don't know if like Tyson staged it or not, because I think Tyson was going in there and knock his shit. But like you could definitely tell the people that scored it or whatever definitely just were like, okay, fuck it, like who cares, you know? So I don't know,
Yeah.
but I feel like the Logan Paul shit could very much have the same way, like type of shit go on. But like at the same time, there's no way Floyd signs up for that. There's no way Floyd signs up for a draw when he's 49-0. But it's also an exhibition. So
Yeah, I agree.
it's not going to go on his major record because it's an exhibition, I believe. So who knows? Who knows? That shit could go and be like a really worth your money, or it could go and just be like, what the fuck did I just pay for? You know? So who knows?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably the second one.
Yeah. I hope it is a knockout, because that means that it's not staged and that it's just not a money fight. If somebody gets knocked out, then somebody gets knocked out.
Yeah.
And if it goes to the end and it ends in a draw, then we all know that it's some sort of money fight and stage, because I can't see a kid that's been boxing for 3 years maybe
He's
to
0
go compete
2, is
with,
he not?
a legend.
He's
Huh?
he's 0 2. Like he's 0 1 as an amateur and 0 1 as a pro, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and you're gonna beat down the greatest boxer. Well, maybe not the greatest boxer, but like he's definitely up there. Like Floyd's 49-0. Who else is
Yeah.
49-0? Like get out of here. Like if he beats him or it's a draw, like that's completely staged. Because Floyd is such a great defensive boxer.
Yeah.
If Floyd really went in there and gave it his all, Logan Paul is not going to touch Floyd. Not at all. And Logan will get his shit rocked too, because if you get your shit rocked by KSI, like Floyd's gonna fuck you up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I
has
agree.
to, like I don't know. I'm not paying for that either. Fuck that. Fucking Logan Paul doesn't deserve my
Nah,
money, and Floyd has too much.
I'll do what I do for all the other fights. Just wait for the next morning and look at the Instagram things. And just call it a day.
Oh yeah, because that fight's gonna be. I mean, because it should be like 2 rounds. Should be.
Yeah.
But
I think Logan Paul's athleticism should allow him to survive at least 1 round.
Yeah.
And then after that, who knows
and
what's going to
like
happen.
I said, Floyd's not a very offensive boxer. Like he definitely has knockouts and has power and has the ability to finish people. I'm not trying to shit on him in that way, but like Floyd's a defensive boxer. He's going to feel you out first. So I don't see Floyd knocking out anybody in the first round. You know, so
yeah.
I'm not a guy who's actually training boxing. Like Logan's training enough to know, okay, don't go in and leave your head exposed. You know, so I'll give Floyd. I'll give Floyd a round. I'll give Logan a round, maybe 2 rounds, but there's no way it gets past the 3rd round. No way.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that. Unless something like crazy happens and Logan somehow catches them with one good shot.
Like, dude, if he knocks out Floyd, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Floyd will never fight again if he knocks him out.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't fight after that. That's impossible.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. That would just be absolutely insane. But I love how this is where we're at in life, where our in the world, like that, the Paul brothers are the talk of the town when it comes to fighting. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like,